It all started on a rainy Thursday night when I was sitting in my dimly lit apartment in Budapest, half drunk on cheap vodka and boredom, scrolling through random forums that I probably shouldn't have been on. Places where the internet starts to feel less like a tool and more like a trap. I was reading about the hidden parts of the web, the dark web, where, according to some, everything illegal, lost, or forbidden thrives. I wasn't new to curiosity, but that night it felt heavier, almost magnetic. Around 2:47 a.m., I saw an ad on a cracked software website. A simple black banner with blood-red text saying, "See the truth behind human nature. Click if you dare." I thought it was one of those creepy joke pop-ups, so I clicked it, laughing to myself, and that single click became the worst decision of my life. The screen glitched, my cursor froze for a second, and then the browser window turned pitch black with only a blinking white dot in the center. My speakers hissed even though no audio was playing. And then I saw text forming slowly, "Welcome to the real net." I tried to close the window, but my mouse didn't respond. The computer fan spun faster, the lights flickered, and my webcam light turned on. I swear I hadn't enabled it. My reflection looked distorted, like the pixels were bending around my face. Then, the page loaded a chat box with a username already entered, mine. A message appeared instantly. "We see you, Daniel." I hadn't typed my name anywhere. I froze. My heart began to pound so hard I could hear it echo through my skull. Another line appeared. "You wanted to see the truth? We'll show you." The screen split into two. On one side, a live feed of my apartment, from the exact angle of my webcam, and on the other, a video window loading something called redchamber_47. The feed showed a dark room with a single chair, metallic walls, and someone tied to the chair, breathing heavily through duct tape. The timer on the corner said, "Live." I whispered, "What the hell is this?" and tried pulling the plug from my PC, but the screen stayed on. My laptop wasn't even connected to power. The person in the video started crying. Then a masked man entered the frame holding a long surgical knife, looking directly into the camera as if staring through the screen into me. I could see the reflection of my own face on his mask. The chat pinged again. "You clicked. Now you watch." The man slowly cut a line across the captive's arm, and the screams echoed in perfect sync with the static noise in my speakers. I slammed my laptop shut, but the sound didn't stop. It kept playing. I unplugged everything, even turned off the main power switch, but the faint screams still filled the air, coming from nowhere and everywhere at once. When I finally dared to open the laptop again, the screen had changed to a grainy image of my apartment door, from outside. My blood froze. The timestamp was live, showing the exact time, 3:06 a.m. A knock came at that exact second, gentle but deliberate. I didn't move. Then came another message on the screen. "We're inside." I jumped up, grabbed a kitchen knife, and went to the door. But when I peeked through the hole, the corridor was empty. My phone started vibrating on the table with unknown notifications. Every app, from messages to gallery, started filling with random images of me. Sleeping, showering, eating, moments I never recorded. I threw the phone away. My laptop chimed again. This time, it showed a live feed of me holding the knife from the top corner of my ceiling, but there was no camera there. I looked up and saw a tiny red light blinking. I panicked and ran outside barefoot into the freezing street. When I looked up at my apartment window, I saw someone standing inside, a silhouette that looked exactly like me. I called the police, but when they arrived, the apartment was spotless. No laptop, no cameras, nothing. The officer said the power had been out in the entire block for over an hour, meaning my devices couldn't have been on. They looked at me like I was insane. I moved out that same night and went to stay at my cousin's place in Vienna. I didn't use the internet for weeks, not even my phone. But 3 days later, a parcel arrived without a sender, just my name in red ink. Inside was a small flash drive and a note saying, "Finish what you started." Against my better judgment, I plugged it into a borrowed computer. The only file inside was a video named finalfeed.mp4. It started with the same black screen and white dot. Then my own terrified face appeared, staring at the camera. I was watching myself watch it. Behind me, in the video, a shadow moved closer. I turned around in real life, And there it was again. The same masked figure standing silently behind me. I blacked out. When I woke up, the computer was gone, and there was a note burned into the desk. You belong to us now. I don't know what happened that night or how long I was out, but every device I touch since then shows glitches, flickers, or my own reflection moving when I'm perfectly still. Some nights, I wake to faint tapping sounds from inside the screens. I've tried everything, new devices, new cities, even new identities, but they always find me again. Every ad, every random click, every shadow behind a monitor. It's them watching. So, if you ever see a black banner that says, "See the truth behind human nature," click if you dare. Don't click it, because it's not a website. It's an invitation. And once you open the door to the dark web, it never closes, not for you, not for anyone.